Okay. Well, hello and welcome to Hatha Yoga, my first Wednesday Hatha Yoga. And going forwards, the plan is that we'll have 11 o'clock Hatha Wednesday and Thursday, and we'll be able to maybe drill on stuff a little bit over those 2 days. For today, we're just going to do a nice general full body kind of a thing and get into that core a little bit. So finding your seat, I'm sitting up on a block, but whatever works for you is good. And let's just slow down a little bit and land here on the mat. So right now here in Bali, it's just gone 7 o'clock in the evening. It's still rainy season. There's a storm going on right now. You might hear some thunder. And there's just buckets of rain hitting the roof and the windows. Thanks to the miracle of modern technology, most of that should be being erased. I know back home in the UK, it's pretty bleak and cold, and it's January, and pandemic's not letting up. Here, we're having more restrictions and stuff put on us again. It's sort of more cases again here. Oh, there's some thunder. Yeah, so it's more than ever the right time to be getting together to look after ourselves. It's not just the physical exercise, it's not just the hanging out with people, but also just learning the breathing techniques and learning to be aware of our breath and control our breath can really help us regulate our stress levels at a time when it's now 10 months of the world being on its head. So we'll start off today with some breathing. I think what's really nice right now is the Bastrika bellows breath, which is a fiery breath to get the body moving. But we'll start with the Sambavriti, just the evenness of the breath. So with this breath, we just breathe very gently through the nose for a count of 4 or 5, in and out. And the idea is that the inhale and the exhale just blends into each other. So it's like, I imagine it like a graph that would just kind of gently curve up, go along steadily and curve down. And then it'll go back, down, and along steadily and back up. So it's like a sort of like a really simplified lips shape. It's just in, gently coming up and steady inhale and then tapering off. And it's almost like you can't notice the transition into the exhale. So just doing this for a minute or so. Steady in, gently transitioning to the out and smooth breath. I'm not going to cue this too much, just finding your own rhythm and your own way of keeping track of it. But it's those transition points being almost invisible that we're trying to find. A steady breath, the same breath. If the mind wanders off, just coming back to this. Just keeping track of where the breath is. Following the inhale and the exhale. And every now and again, a little check in with the posture. Has the spine collapsed? Are we leaning forwards or dropping the tummy? Can we draw everything into the core a little bit? Gently lift up the pelvic floor and then return the attention to the breath. Now let's just make the breath a little bit deeper, a little bit stronger, or a little bit more force behind the exhale. Drawing the belly button back towards the spine and switching on the core on the exhale, on the inhale. Seeing if we can open between the shoulder blades, feeling the upper chest, the side ribs, the back ribs, and then pulling the core in, energizing a bit. And now let's open the eyes and we'll just get moving a little bit. So let's inhale the hands up, stretch up, stretch up, stretch up. And we're going to pull the fists into the waist. Exhale, strong exhale. Inhale, strong exhale. Maybe we can purse the lips and blow out through the mouth. One more. Blow it all out. Nice. And before we come to upper Bhastrika, we're going to just open up the shoulders and the spine a bit. So just roll the shoulders back a few times, drawing the shoulder blades together. This doesn't need to be with the breath. It could be a little bit faster. We need to get a bit energized. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, bring the palms out, flat facing up. Draw the hands gently together. Inhale, exhale, open the hands, squeeze the shoulder blades. And then put the hands on the knees, palms down, roll the shoulders back, and then seated cat-cow. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, open it up. Exhale. So starting this movement from the pelvis, feel the sitting bones roll underneath you and the whole spine move in response to that. So it's like a C shape. And we open up, and here we sort of want to stretch the upper chest and then add the chin. So it's this movement, you can feel it traveling through the spine, like literally vertebrae by vertebrae. Okay. And then let's bring the hands up like this. So it's kind of like cactus arms. And then we'll twist here. And keep the speed, but as the spine opens up, you might find there's a bit more depth here. And then we can add in the hard breath again. So we can go. Let it go. You might feel a little dizzy after that. That's okay. So I think that should be warm enough now. We'll demonstrate the Bhastrika. So the Bhastrika breath is bellows breath. So with it, we fill up the belly. We really fill up the belly, and then we draw it in as strongly as we can. So unlike Kapalabhati, where you just move the diaphragm in, with this, we deliberately get as big as possible and as forceful on the inhale. So it's like. And when we come to the end of a round, we'll do about 20 pumps. We're going to do the Antara Kumbhaka, exhale retention. So we'll have the hands on the thighs, the fingers are facing in, and we'll strongly exhale and all the air out, tummy in and up, drop the chin, and we're strongly bringing the tummy in and up. We'll hold that for a few seconds, relax the tummy, and then it's a gentle inhale. So if you need to release the retention before I cue it, because you're starting to feel a bit too short of breath, do so. And because we want to take the inhale in a relaxed fashion. So you don't want to be like gasping. It should all feel easy. So if I take it for too long, you just come out whenever you want. Gently inhale and then take a couple of calming breaths. And we're going to go around 3 times. So with me, the Bhastrika breath. So we're breathing in and out forcefully through the nose. Take a nice big breath in And begin. Blow all the air out. Exhale, retention. And when you're ready, nice smooth inhale. Nice smooth exhale. And a couple of regular breaths. So if it's feeling like a lot of pressure on the body when you're doing the retention, just try to relax the exterior and you can probably find you got a little bit more. So we'll go for the second round. Big breath in to begin and exhale. Let it go. Gentle inhale. Gentle exhale. Nicely done. And we'll take one more round. So nice big inhale. And when you're ready, nice soft inhale. Nice soft exhale. And just sit for a moment or two. Really saturated the blood with oxygen with this practice. So you might feel a little lightheaded, might feel a little bit blissed out. When you're ready, we're going to capitalize on the heat we've hopefully started building, taking your proper weight if you're sitting on one, and we'll come over to all fours. I'm just going to close this window on my screen so I can see you properly. There we go. And then, yeah, up on all fours, we've got our toes tucked, rolling the shoulders back, and we'll just start with some free movement. So you might want to circle the spine between the hips. There might be some wiggling from side to side, some hips moving, anything that feels good. Anything at all that feels good, but try to get into every nook and cranny of the spine that you can think of. And, feel free to maybe lift an arm, throw a little twist in there. We might lift a leg. The sky's the limit. So, anything that feels good here. And it's all about instinctual movement. And then we're going to come back to our tabletop, check in with your alignment. So we want the thighs and the arms pretty much upright. And the tummy's drawing in. So even when the bum's sticking up a little bit, we're still engaged here. We're not slumped. So we're still getting this feeling of the navel drawing back a little bit. And the toes are tucked. I'm sure I've cued this with you before. But just feel if you push off the toes to raise the back into your cat, and then you keep the pressure on the toes as you're starting from the pelvis, come up into your cow. And you keep this engagement. So the toes are pushing forward so much that the hands kind of have to switch on to match that energy. And this move is often just a bit like throwing yourself up and down. We can actually start to switch on the whole body just by this opposing forces between the hands and the feet. Nice. So let's come to a neutral position and pick up the knees just an inch or two. Okay. Draw the tummy in and up. And then we're going to see if we can move the shoulders past the wrists just a little bit. And then we're going to send the bum back. Try to keep the knees exactly where they are. Inhaling it forwards, shoulders past the wrists. Maybe you go a little deeper each time. We don't want to go to our full range immediately. We want to give the wrists a chance to wake up. Now this time when the bum comes back, make sure the index fingers are facing forwards and the elbows are coming down, and bend the elbows. And we're coming forwards into turbo puppy. Now this is pretty tough going, but maybe you can come forwards a little bit. And then exhale, straighten the arms, send the bum back. Inhale, forwards, turbo puppy. Exhale, bum back. And this is, I think turbo dog is straight legs and then elbows. Anyway, see if we can squidge the hands forwards a little bit. And we're coming forwards and going back, waking everything up. And you might find that we can come all the way forwards like this. And this is basically our chaturanga. So the body's coming forwards, and from here we can come into a floating up dog. Inhale to a flat belly plank, bend knees and elbows, send the bum back. So if this is getting a bit much, you can drop the knees down. But I want us to be practicing this chaturanga action, which is starting from the toes and it's all forwards. So if you look at the arms are basically going like this. So yeah, feel free to keep the knees down and try to get this forwards and back and really push off the toes. So it's almost like springing off the toes. Next time you come forwards, tops of the feet down, shoulders back, upward facing dog. Push the toes into the floor. Lift the belly, flat belly plank. Roll over the top of the feet. Downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Now in our dog, let's just take a couple of moments to settle the breath down. And now, again, the hands are in the same place. So, you should be able to come straight through. With the hands there, what we're going to do now is have the arms beside the ears. Bend the knees very deeply so the belly comes onto the thighs. And then bring the legs towards straight, but try to keep the belly on the thighs. You might find that you get a bit more of a tilt in the pelvis. Exhale, crouch deeply. Belly on the thighs. Inhale, sending the sitting bones as high as you can. Exhale, last one. Deep crouch. Inhale, nice straight legs now. Come up onto the tiptoes. Send the right foot back and up and away. Exhale the left foot, heel down. Inhale up onto the tiptoes. Keep the right foot really strong and energetic. Down onto the heel of the left foot or towards it. Inhaling tiptoes. Exhale down. Inhale now. Knee to the nose under the body. Inhale it back up. Exhale, knee to the nose. One more. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale it back up. Bring the leg back down, downward facing dog. Just rolling through the hips a couple of times, and then we're going to take that on the other side straight away. Inhaling the left heel back and away. It's like we're kicking a door shut behind us. Exhale, drop the right heel down towards the mat. Inhale, tiptoes of the right foot. Exhale, lowering the heel. Inhale, right tiptoes. Exhale. Inhale, and now exhaling, knee to the nose. Two more. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Bend the knees deeply. Drop the knees to the mat. Come through Ardha Chaturanga. And then back to our tabletop, back to our box. And again, let's just wiggle out the spine. And now, let's get the right toes nice and planted, left hand nice and planted, and inhale, right hand, left foot. Just keep it long. Again, imagine you're kicking something shut behind you. Exhale, hand and knee under the body. Inhale long. Exhale, under the body. Inhale it long. This time, bend the knee, reach back, take a hold of the nice hold. Open it up. So we're really trying to get that shoulder back, nice. And then send it long, drop it back down. And we're going to thread the needle. So we're going to raise the right hand into a twist. Exhale, threading the arm under the body. And inhale it back up into your twist. Let me just show you this next bit because it's a bit of an odd transition. So we're going to twist under. And then we're going to bring, so if we've got the right hand under, we're going to bring the left leg forwards. And then we're going to see if we can come back to kind of Janushasana shape here. Okay, all right. So back into this threading the needle. Right hand up and under. Left leg forwards. And then take a hold of that left foot with the outside of the left foot with the left hand. And then we're coming back onto the bum. And we're ending up with the heel in the crotch. Other hand. Nice. The other hand. Yeah, left hand, left foot. Nice. And then we can send the right hand up and over for a side bend. Nice. From there, straighten it back up. Take a hold of that left foot again, and we'll just see if we can pick up the foot. and send it away. Yeah, that's good. Point the toes, point the toes. That's it. And then just draw the foot in. Nice. Let it go. Let's come back to all fours. And then we're going to come through our swimming pose on the other side. So this time the left hand and the right foot are going away. Exhaling it under the body. Inhaling it away. Exhaling. Inhaling. And we're coming into our dancer shape. Opening the heart, opening the front of the thigh. We're going to let that go. Land it, and then we're going to come to this threading the needle on the other side. So inhaling the left hand up, exhaling it under the body. And this time it's the right foot coming out and the right hand coming out to find the outside of the right foot. And then bum is coming back. And we're in this Janushirasana shape. When you're ready, you can send the left arm over for a side bend. Wherever we are in this side bend, try to get the chest opening up a bit to the ceiling rather than chasing the depth. The heart is open. That's it. That's beautiful. Really nice. And then from here, inhale, top hand up, plant it down behind us, and we're just stretching this leg away. And we're maybe drawing it in a bit on the exhale. Nice. I remember there was supposed to be a modified half moon in there. Forgot about that. Okay, let's bring the legs down. We'll come back onto our all fours. Tucking the toes, inhaling the right hand up again. And we'll step the right foot back, and we're coming into this modified side plank here. So we can turn the toes of the left foot out a bit. And want a nice line through the body here. There we go. And maybe we can walk the hand forwards a little bit, and we can lift the back leg to make it a modified half moon. Now lift the long leg. That's it. And maybe we can pulse the leg up and down, so touching down the toes on the exhale, inhaling the leg up, exhaling down, and take a few repetitions. Pulsing the leg, strengthening the glutes, keep the core engaged, and then let's plant that foot back down. You can't really see me here. Let's just come back to the all fours and we'll go to the other side. So this time we'll lift the left hand and we'll send the left leg away. Turning out the right toes. And it's that, again, it's the pushing off of the toes, feeling that come up through the core and the side body. And it makes the leg very light. As you're ready, take some pulses with the leg, lifting and lowering the leg. I've just realized I'm sweating loads. I've just realized it's because the air conditioning isn't on and it's Indonesia and it's a storm. It's really humid in here. Okay, land the foot. And come up to a high kneeling like this. And then we'll take the right leg out to the side. This is called gate pose. Yeah, pad the knee. Absolutely pad the knee. Yeah, so we'll take our gate pose. Inhaling the hands up, and we'll come over to the right. So it's just a side bend over to the right. Inhale up, and then we can exhale the hand down, the other side. Inhale to the right, and then we'll sweep across. So we'll trace it with the right hand down to the toes. Inhale across and up, pushing off left toes, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. And you've probably noticed that we can come back to the half moon from there. And then let's land the leg behind and come onto the bum. And then we can do this one, lifting and opening, landing on the bum, lifting and opening. One more. Lift it up. Exhale, coming back to our high kneeling. And we'll take our gate pose on the other side. Inhaling up. Exhaling across in our side bend. Opening out to the other side. Inhaling up. Side bend. Inhaling up. Nice straight line there from toes to hand. Inhale up. Side bend. And then we're taking those cycles. So we're inhaling up and across. Exhaling down to the toe. Next time we come across, we're landing the right hand, quickly lifting into our half moon and landing the leg behind, landing the bum. Inhaling up, hips forwards. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Nice. Exhaling down. Two more. Inhale it up. Exhaling down. Last one. Inhale it up. Exhale the bum back down. Nice. We'll come to sit on the bottom and just bring the knees in for a moment. Drop the forehead towards the knees and push the knees into the arms. And inhale, lift up the head, draw the knees in strongly. Exhale. Send the heels away. Ready for some more core? Okay, good. Let's see. Okay, let's come first like this. We've got the forearms down, legs up. And let's just go leg raises. Knees can be bent or straight. 2, how much do we do? 20, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice, keep going. You've got this. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to have to turn the aircon on. 15, 16, 17. I'm going to be a shriveled up husk. 18, 19. One more. And 20. Nice. Feet down. Roll the body back onto the mat. And we're going to have the shins parallel to the floor. Fingers intertwined between the back of the head, interlaced behind the head. And it's going to be exhale, empty the tummy. Right knee, left elbow, right leg goes long. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale back to center and try to get the shoulder up off the mat. Exhale across. Inhale back. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, squeeze the tummy in, raise the shoulder. Inhale back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let's do one more each side. Really squeeze the tummy. Inhale. Exhale. And let it go. Hands down, heads down. Gently windscreen wipe the thighs. I'm going to turn on my air conditioning. Off. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's do a fun bit. Let's do some rolling. Have a nice little roll. And this can be quite passive. Or if we start bringing the core in, we can start to get this snap. So there's different levels with this. Maybe we're just lifting the bum up a little bit. Maybe you can come into the pistol squat. And when you're ready, we're going to come up. To standing. We're going to come up to standing. Should have put that bit in. Nice. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. And we'll take hold of the left wrist with the right hand, drawing it over to the right. Nice big stretch. Inhale it up, and we'll go over to the other side. And then this stretch, which I think is just one of the best stretches, you'll find it in all the therapeutic disciplines. It's just taking the hand, the arm, across the body like this. And I really just throw it in because it's more like one you can do anywhere. And I always forget about it. And honestly, I think this is one of the best stretches. It just always feels great. Let that go, and we'll cross the fingers behind the back, interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, folding forwards. Lengthening out, lengthening out, lengthening out. That's it. Now, when you've got about as low as you can, see if you can roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, blow the air out. And maybe you can come a little bit lower. Send the hands skyward, let the head be heavy. And again, maybe you can lift the body and just caterpillar down the legs a little bit more. Give the head a little shake, just a really gentle one. A gentle nod of the head. And then we're going to follow the hands back up. So engage the tummy, pull it in, pull in the tummy, float the head, float the hands. Maybe a little back bend. Exhale, hands through the heart. Tadasana, Tadasana, mountain pose. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out what to put in now. We'll come towards our dolphin. So let's inhale, find our chair pose. Now, don't start off too deep and just experiment with the pelvic tilt until you feel that the back is like you're not sticking the bum out and it's not all roll in either. You want to find a nice, lengthy, spacious lower back. Then have a look at the feet and you want the knees to come forward as the bum comes down. And we're building the ankle flexibility here. There's going to be a point at which it's just not very far. I can't go that far forwards really at all. And when we're sort of near the edge of our ankle range, maybe we can lift the heels, drop the bum a little lower. And a little lower. A little lower. A little bit lower. And maybe we can lower all the way down and find ourselves in a toe squat. Now, if we fall out, that's totally fine. And if it's real murder, you could put a block between the hips and the heels. If you can stay in it, see if you can lengthen the spine. And I'm going to widen the knees here. And maybe the hands can come down between the knees. And we're in Malasana, but we're also in our crow hop setup here with our nice soft crow. So maybe we raise a toe or 10. And we find these little miniature crows. But we're using it to walk up and down the mat. So we can just gently, with control, we're lifting and moving in our crow. That's it. That's exactly it. Just take your crow for a little walk up and down the mat. And maybe you can make the holds that little bit longer. And you're pretty solid in the crow, so maybe we can just add a little bit of a dance to the crow. Maybe you can just have a bit of a wobble, kick the feet, and a bit of a bounce. Nice. Building that strength, that's really good. Awesome. Last little challenge is just crow hop round in a full circle. So we're just going to lift, come all the way around, 360 degrees. Awesome. Walk the hands forwards a little bit. Oh, you're not quite there yet. Once you get there, once you come around in your circle, we'll just meet in downward facing dog. And we're going to come down to our dolphin. So, see if we can bring down one elbow, one forearm. Inhale it back up. And exhale to the other side. Inhale it back up. Maybe you can inhale down one and then inhale down the other. And then you found your dolphin. Let's come back up one more time. One elbow, then the other. And we'll just go back in. Start with the other elbow. So if you started with the left, start with the right and vice versa. And just coming down one elbow, two elbows. Dolphin. So we can walk the feet in a little bit. And send the sitting bones high. So we'll take a few dolphin push-ups. And with these, we're just going to inhale forward so the nose comes past the thumbs. Exhale back. The knees could come down. Dolphin push-ups. Let's say 3 more of these. Last one. See if we can just stay in dolphin for a few more breaths here. And then gently lowering the knees down. Walking the hands forwards. And coming into our Anahatasana. Puppy dog pose or heart melting pose. Forehead could be on the mat or the chin. And even here we can use the toes to energize the whole body here. And then we're going to lift the head and walk the hands back in. How are we doing for time? Okay. So from here, we'll lift back to our downward dog once again. And we're going to hop the feet out a little bit wider than the mat. So we're in like a wide-legged downward dog. And then we're going to hop the feet up to the hands. So we're standing at the front of the mat in a wide leg forward fold. And then we're going to hop the feet back. And we're going to walk the hands back. So we're coming from a wide leg forward fold at the front to wide leg forward fold at the back. Walk the hands forwards again. And then hop, 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 hop. And then we're going to hop it back. And then walk the hands back. And one more time to the front. Walking the hands forwards. Hopping it up. Now walk the heels back in. So the feet are just sort of a little bit wider than the mat. Nice. So with the hands there, open the heart a little bit. That's it. And then bring the hands back between the feet. Nice. And then see if you might be able to get the thumb and forefinger around the back of the heel. So it's sort of an L shape with your hands around the back of the foot. Nice. So you should maybe be able to squeeze the shoulders with the knees here. See if you can finagle yourself so that's happening. And then maybe you can drop the bum down. So just play with the knees are sort of wrapping around the top of the arms. And we're just dropping the bum up and down here. Maybe you need to bring your feet in a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Yeah, try there. Lifting the bum. And maybe when you drop the bum down, you find that the weight of the thighs is resting on the tops of the arms. Yeah, that's it. And maybe the feet could walk forwards a little bit. What do we think? Looking good. And they might start to feel totally kind of weightless. And that, yeah, come on. And if you can find it, maybe we can just cross the feet. Oh, you've fallen over. But yeah, we'd be coming towards crossing the feet like that. And you got most of the way. And that's called shoulder pressure pose. And it goes out to Siddhibhasana. So that's what you're working towards there. And you've got most of it. So we can maybe have another go tomorrow or next week. Awesome work. Okay, we're going to work towards coming onto the ground now. So let's come back to downward dog. A little moment to bask in achievement. Totally deserved. And then we're going to come down to sit on the bum. Getting there however you want. Nice. And we'll come for a nice a forward fold, a back bend, and inversion. No, the classic trilogy. So we can come for our straight leg forward fold, or we can come for our bent knees for our forwards fold. So with the straight legs, we get more of a hamstring stretch, but we might not get as far. With this one, we can get further down, but we might not get so much of a stretch. Let's come for the straight legs. So let's come for the traditional Paschimottanasana. Draw the flesh out from the sitting bones. Find a nice upright pose. This starting pose is called Dandasana. It's a staff pose, so you should be really nice, Sometimes you can use the fingertips to just get a bit of lift. Switch the core on. Inhale the hands up. Now, as you come forward, keep the spine long, push the heels into the ground. And when you feel the tummy touch the thighs, just stop for a moment. Relax the fingers, relax the head. Nice big breath in, lengthen the spine again. Exhale. Maybe you can lower a couple of ribs onto the thighs. And again, stop. So as soon as we've managed to touch down, just stop. The feet are engaged and everything else is soft. And as we breathe out, we're just maybe going, oh, I can get another rib down. And then we're lengthening. And then we're releasing. We're lifting up a little bit on the inhale, getting a little bit longer, exhaling. And when we don't think there's much left to give, this is when we're going to take a prop. I should have told you to get a prop. And we can just find the head. So you can quickly reach a pillow or something, or you can just stack the hands like this. So we basically want to be able to flop the head without getting a horrible bend in the neck. So we can just let the head go. And then as we relax, we might find that there's a little bit more to give. So this is very progressive entry. And again, it doesn't really matter where you get to with it today. It's the principle of this. Yeah, nice. It's this moving a little bit and then waiting and then lengthening and then moving a little bit. So if you feel like there's a little bit more, one of the fists could become a flat hand. And that would give you just an inch or two more. And still thinking about the top of your head wants to go to your toes. You know, that's just the direction of travel. It probably, well, it won't ever get there with your legs straight. That's not possible. But that's the direction it's going in, rather than thinking the top of the head is going to the floor. The nose could go to the floor. The top of the head should go to the toes. A few more breaths here. When the body is heavy on the legs, breathe between the shoulder blades. Relieve the body heavy, resting on the legs. Nice. So before we get too spaced out there, let's gently inhale ourselves back up. 2 breaths in Dandasana just to let the blood pressure readjust. And we're going to come to our back bend. So shift the bum forwards a little bit. Plant the soles of the feet on the floor. Gently lower yourself back down. And we'll come to our bridge. We'll come to bridge here. So we're sending the toes away, backs of the hands flat on the mat. And we've got these points of resistance, shoulders and feet. Slide the feet away and let the hips float up in between the shoulders and the knees. So the glutes are switched on. The glutes are about 60%. Inner thighs, imagine you're squeezing a block between the inner thighs. And when you're ready, reach the fingers up towards the ceiling, arms straight, fingers up towards the ceiling. Exhale the elbows down next to you, or just push the elbows into the floor. Maybe you can raise the hips a little bit more. Breathe here. I'm going to add in just a little bit of spice. Really root the left foot. And let's send the right toes away. So we're making a straight line all along the body here. And then inhale, send the right toes up to the ceiling. Check if you've dropped the right hip. You probably have. I certainly have. Try to level the hips. Push into the left foot. Push into the left foot. Exhale, bend the right knee. Let the foot find the ground again. Check in with the alignment of the hips. Really root that right foot. Really strong. Right glute is now working at full strength. Point those left toes away. First, we make the diagonal line. And then we'll inhale skyward, trying to level the hips. And when we come out, bend the knee, let the foot find the floor by itself. On your next exhale, gently roll the spine back down like a really lovely piece of pastry. And then we'll just windscreen wipe at the knees, tiny bit. And I don't know if you've got a wheel in your practice, show me, put your hands in the wheel place. Or if not, yeah, okay, so let's come and we'll take a second back bend. So it's the same cue with the feet are pushing away, raising the hips. Once the hips are up, energize the hands and lift the heart. Open out into your Urdhva Dhanurasana. Couple more breaths. See if you can reach the heart towards the top of the mat. And then when you're ready, try to get the shoulders down before the back of the head. Gently lower the body back down. So we'll finish off with a shoulder stand. So coming to our shoulder stand, roll back into a plow first. Find the hands on the back. Add one leg and then add the other leg. A nice safe entry. Nice safe entry. To come out, we're going to gently bend the knees. Try to keep the body where it is. Just lower the knees to the forehead. We're just moving the pelvis. And then we'll extend one foot away and the other. Hands come back behind the head on the floor. And we use the arms as brakes. And once again, roll the spine back down onto the mat. And just taking whatever you need now to get comfy for your Shavasana. So you might want to take Happy Baby or a supine twist. Entirely up to you. If you're taking a twist, I'll cue you in a moment. Yeah, so you twist it to one side. Let's even it up now and take the twist over to the other side. And then when you're ready, getting a hoodie or a blanket if you're going to be cold. We'll start to make our way into Shavasana. And Shavasana could be the traditional legs and arms straight out. We might have the soles of the feet on the floor or on the knees resting on a cushion. Or a really nice one can be to put the legs up the wall, so whatever's good for you. I'm going to spend a couple of minutes resting here. So the very beginning of the oldest yoga book, the Sutras of Patanjali, he basically says the practice of yoga stills the mind fluctuations. So having worked with the body and the breath, maybe we find the mind quiets a little. And when it inevitably flits away and finds a new little story, see if we can just bat that story away, that thought, that shape, and come back to the breath. Air gently moving at the nostrils. Gently going back to the breath. Perhaps noticing if there's any change in how you're feeling from when you arrived here. If there's any discernible fruits to your efforts. Perhaps there's a little feeling of satisfaction or determination in taking a stronger practice. And box up that good fiery energy. Try and save it for later. Let's take a deeper breath in and open the mouth, sigh it out. Once again, really fill the body and we let it all out. Let it just go. Well, just before we get up, bring the fingertips to the face, maybe to the temples, and just gently massage out the temples and the forehead, beside the ear and behind the ear. Just little circles with the fingertips, working maybe along the bottom jaw, and even bring the pad to the fingers onto the cheeks and massage the cheeks. Maybe bring the fingers behind the head to where the head meets the neck and drag the fingers from the middle of the bottom of the skull out towards the ears. Bring the fingertips to the eyes, gently resting on the eyelids. Feel the warmth, that little tiny bit of pressure on the eyes. And just a little bit of self-soothing, which I think we all need at the moment. Let the hands fall back to the mat. And we'll bring some wiggles to the toes, some wiggles to the fingers, some circles to the wrists, some circles to the ankles. And maybe just turn the head from side to side gently. And then perhaps a stretch, the arms and the feet reaching away from each other. And then a flop. And we'll make our way to sit together at the top of the mat, rolling onto one side or the other. Coming to sit. Eyes are still soft. Inhaling the arms up above the head. Exhaling Anjali Mudra at the heart. Gently bowing the chin towards the chest, the spine upright. Taking a little moment to find some gratitude for the first couple of things that come into your head. A couple of things you're really grateful for. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this class. And there's loads more on my YouTube. Those that like that sort of thing, feel free to join that. For now, goodbye.